Paradise. I just wanted to make sure you knew how to turn things in on Turnitin.com and how to see feedback. So I'm going to do a two-part screen recording here. The first one is turning in a paper. So I am logged in as a student, and I'm going to pretend like I'm turning in my not nectar and a sieve paper. So I'm going to hit this blue submit button. And then it asks for my name and my submission title. So I'm going to call it my paper. And then I'm going to click here where it says choose from Google Drive. If you used Google Docs, if you didn't use Google Docs, like you used Word or something on a different computer, you would click this, choose from this computer. Okay, but I did mine on Google Docs. So I'm going to click this, and this is my paper, and then I'm going to click on upload. Then what happens next is it's going to ask you, are you sure this is the paper that you want to turn in? So just double check. It will only show you the first page. So if you have multiple pages, it will only show you the first page. Don't panic. So here it is. I think I accidentally clicked on it, but there you go. All right, so then you scroll down and press confirm, and it will tell you congratulations, blah, 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 and you get a digital receipt. And I believe, unless you set it up otherwise, it will send you a confirmation email that your thing went through, okay? And then just to get back to your dashboard, you see it here, and you will notice you have this turned in here, your similarity report. And keep in mind, don't panic. This isn't like a plagiarism report. Most of the time, the stuff that this catches are very little things that aren't important to me, because it's not actually plagiarism. It is just a similarity. So don't be concerned with this number. When it does pop up, it won't pop up until I give you a grade. But if you need to be concerned, I will tell you to be concerned. So don't worry about the number unless I tell you to worry about the number. I'm going to stop the screen recording here, and I'm going to pop up again for you here in just a second, and I'm going to show you how to look at the feedback on Turnitin.com. And I have now made comments to my own fake paper. You'll note mine didn't have any similarities, mainly because I just made a bunch of baloney up. But you might see a number here. If it is under 15%, there's absolutely nothing you need to worry about, most likely, 99.99999% of the time. And even if your number is higher than that, remember, don't worry about that unless I tell you to. It's quite possible that you wrote a paper with the same topic as someone else, and therefore a few of your phrases are identical. But identical phrasing with a stranger's paper is not a concern for me unless it is the entire paper has similar phrases, because that just doesn't happen. Notice I haven't submitted this paper yet, so I cannot click on the view button. Okay, no paper has been submitted. But notice here the submit button is phased out, but the view button is visible. So I can click here to view my feedback. Oh, I'm going to avoid the quick tour, and you can take it if you want, but I didn't even know that was a thing. Okay, so I tried to comment in as many ways as there are possible. So there is this kind of comment where it's just blue text. Usually I would write that if something applied to a big section of your paper rather than a sentence or a phrase or a word. Okay, so it might be up here, or it might be off to the side by a paragraph or something like that. But here I wrote to myself that I needed to make sure that I put it in Times New Roman, 12-point font, and double spaced it. Anything that you see in purple is stuff that the Turnitin.com whatever program or whatever does grammar check. A lot of times it's wrong, so I'll delete the wrong things. But know that if it's purple, this is something that Turnitin.com has said this is wrong. And you can actually click on it and it will give you more information. If you see these that are more of the blue color, these are things that I have written in. So the word my is highlighted and the little tab thing says bad. And then you'll notice this little speech bubble. That means there are additional comments. So if you click on it, bad was like the default thing that I used, and then I went specific, do not refer to yourself. Okay. Here is another example of just the speech bubble where I just wrote a comment, avoid rhetorical questions. And then here is just the description. There is no additional comment other than I think it does tell you, yeah, that FRAG is short for fragment, if you couldn't have figured that out on your own. But anyway, so that kind of shows you how to see all of the different types of feedback that you could possibly get from your paper. So along with this, you will get a rubric from me, and you will get a very brief overview of how I felt you did on your paper. I call it the good, the bad, and the phenomenal. So I'll tell you a few good things that you did, a few bad things that you did, and a few things that you really, really knocked it out of the park with. So there you go. Just as a friendly reminder, this will also be in the emails, that you have 1 week from the day after I return the paper to you. So for example, if I emailed you your paper today, for me it's June 30th, you would have a week from July 1st, because tomorrow is July 1st, to get it back. So I'm not expecting you to check your email multiple times a day, but I do expect you to check it once a day. So I give you just a buffer of the week doesn't start until the first full day, not like a half day. Like right now it's 3 o'clock or something. So there you go. And let me know if you have any questions. I can't wait to see you guys. Bye.